What's up YouTube? Mustang Matt here again, bringing you guys another brand new video. And today I'm going to be doing some installation of all the new parts and pieces that I got for the interior, as well as finishing up the wiring, running wires, also removing the other couple things that I will show you in a sec here. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to get started. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, I showed you that this is my fuel pump, so I got to connect that down here to my fuel pump, which I'll do and show you guys after I connect that. Also, another thing is I already removed my fuel door button, so I'm going to just remove this thing down here. And then I'm also going to remove this and maybe even this, not sure if I can get this arm out or whatnot. Oh, and I'm going to remove this whole plastic thing because I don't need it anymore. This is just going to be welded. I just want to take this off so I can weld it onto here and basically delete my fuel door. It'll make it look really clean, I think. So all that right there that you see is coming out. And then these wires here, I'm just gonna have to start zip tying them back up, put them back where they were. This is my fuel inertia switch, which I don't know if I'm gonna wire in because I need my fuel pump relay to run this, I believe. So actually, I don't know. I'll have to update you guys if I do wire this back in, but I'm just leaving it out for now. And then I gotta wire those wires. Gotta obviously wire my fuel sending unit, which will go up to the front, which is this yellow wire, and here's the pink one for my fuel pump, so that'll go to my second switch here. And this yellow one runs all the way up here, and then that'll go to my new fuel gauge cluster, my new gauge cluster when I get that. So I'll show you guys that when I get it, but that'll be another episode. And then obviously got to remove all the trash in here. Basically just going to start cleaning this up a little bit, remove a few more things on the wiring. Then I can start, tucking all this back into here, make it all nice and neat again. I'm just going to use some zip ties and some electrical tape to basically run it all back to where it was. And then I got to start running power wires. This yellow wire here is going to be going to my starter. So once I get my starter, I can wire this in, but for now I'm just going to hopefully wire this over here and maybe even go through the cab, kind of rewire it, and then come out over here where I'll stub out my battery cable. So I'm going to drill a hole right back there, run the battery cable into this frame, I don't know, door frame jam, whatever you want to call it, and then back out right there and through the hole right down there. I might run another hole because my harness is going to run through that hole. My ECU computer will sit over there. I'm going to mount it over there. So I don't know how big the wire cable is for that yet. So I might just drill a separate hole to run all these wires that have to go to my starter. And then I also have to wire in this switch panel here. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to get started on, and I'll kind of update you guys as I go. Oh, another thing is the battery will be getting put back in, so you guys will see that. And basically just clean up in here. Might do some painting on the sides over here. Might clean that up and paint all that before I put in the battery cable. And but yeah, that's what I'm going to get started on. That way I can start putting the dash in, hopefully, but I'm not sure yet if I want to do that till I get my computer and everything for my harness. So I'll give you guys an update. Alright guys, so I just want to give you guys a little update here before it gets dark out. But basically, not a lot of progress has been made because I kind of went backwards a few steps. So I don't know if you can see right here. Try to make it as bright as I can. But I've removed all the seam sealer. As you can see over here, I'm removing it right now. And around here by the tire well, I didn't remove all of it, but most of it. And then I removed here, if you remember a second ago, all my gas stuff was here. Filler neck. So this filler neck was had some what do you call them? Tacks from the factory here. So I just basically cut this out, and then this big piece chunk came out, and then that way now this is all smooth and flat for when I put my aluminum panel back here. And then these are just 1, 2, 3, 4 little beads, tacks. This corner I pretty much filled this entire corner, so that's really strong now. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side to basically strengthen it and remove that stupid seam sealer stuff that they put on, because they just kind of squirted in there, and that kind of ruins the whole point of like the clean look that I'm kind of going for. So as you can see over there, there's still some more. I don't know if I'm gonna tack over there or anything yet, but I did cut out these. You can see where those grind marks are. It's just these little supports, not supports, but little tabs that came down, which aren't necessary at all, because this thing is still strong, and that doesn't hold anything, just holds the speakers, which I just have to remove still. And then I'm gonna start painting everything. I just want to paint back there all the hard spots, like the tire wells and everything. I want to get painted, so then when the cage is in, all I have to do is paint like this area over here and stuff on the actual body of the car. These I'm actually gonna remove now that I think about it too. So I still got a lot of work, you know, tacking in all these holes here, removing all the bolts, but I'm gonna start doing that later. I'm gonna try to get this back area finished and painted. I want to paint this whole so I want to paint up in here black, and then all the way around here too, up in here, try to paint all this so that it actually matches everything. I'll paint the trunk lid later on, paint all this trim here, it's blue. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So next update should be another day, and I'll show you guys what I got done back there. Alright guys, so progress has been made. I basically got everything taped off minus a few bolts over there, and as you can see, I got this all around here taped off. And then I just have to wipe this down a little bit more, and that's all ready for paint. And then in here, as you saw, I basically smoothed everything in the back, so there's no more rear seat things. All that's gone. All the seatbelt bolts have been ground down, cut off, and except for a few I left. Actually, this one I'm not even sure if I'll be using again, because I'm going to just be doing harnesses. So, but I left those ones because I might connect my harness to them. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, all that's been smooth. I just have to clean this all up, which is going to be a pain in the ass. It's going to take a while, but once it's all clean, then I'll be able to paint this too. Because I figured I would just paint everything, even though the roll cage isn't in yet, and that way it's all painted already, so I don't have much more to paint. I just have to paint the roll cage in the spots where they welded, because there will just be plates like here, and then back there there'll be spots where he has to grind down. But I figure you have to grind down this old paint anyways, so might as well make it new paint, and then that way I don't have to paint it, like paint as much. I don't have to really paint it all again. So yeah, that's the plan. I just gotta see if I can find something to clean this really quickly, a wire wheel or something, and then it'll be ready to go for paint, and I'm going to start painting everything back there and in here. That way I can, once that's done, then we can start running the wires for the last time, at least from the back, and then I'll finish up here and get this all tidied up. But I might even pull this all out, because there's not much here. Pull it all out and then go ahead and paint everything up here again, or not again, but paint that all so it all matches up here real nice. Paint this old rusty frame thing for the dash. As you can see, it's all rusty. But I'll give you guys another update here in a little bit. Alright, what's up guys? So I just picked up some parts here today. We got some Taylor cable, 1/2 inch wiring loom there. I just went ahead and figured it'd be best to cover it all instead of leaving it exposed. This stuff probably weighs 2 pounds right here, so I'm just putting back a little bit of what I took out, but I definitely took out more than I'm putting back in. Here is some 80 grit sanding paper that I'll be using to get off more of the stuff for the inside that I'm going to paint, as well as I'll need that for my body work, that a little bit of body work that we got to do on the outside of the car. So I figured I'd buy it now and try to use it to get off the damn what's it called, seam sealer, because that stuff's a pain in the ass to get off. But there, I got some wire. Oh, sorry, but I got some wire here. So I got some 10 gauge and 2 16 gauge, because I need to run some, I need to replace the one wire for my glove box that's all burnt, and then I need to run some more wire for the ignition to the ECU that I'll be getting, and then this is for the power to the ignition as well, but all the different fuses and stuff, and this is going to run to the starter. So I just need to extend it over, and I'll go show you guys that, which you I think I already mentioned it, but so this is the wire that I'm talking about right here. Is this yellow one here that went to my old starter relay, which is now going to go kind of to the other side and go into the starter once I get my starter. So I'm going to run that, I think, back through here somehow, and then out over there by where the power wire is going to run through, because I still have to try to get that through this beam here, because it's easy to get it in one end, but once I come out to over here, it's hard to get it out. So I got to try to run like maybe a smaller piece of wire as a fish line or something. And then I bought all that wiring loom so I can loom all this and then start looming this when it's ready. And as you can see, did some pretty good work last night and got most of the back seat cleaned. I got all the bolts ground off, so I just got to finish. You can see that side, I took all the seam sealer. All the seam sealer there is gone. So I'm going to stitch weld that really quick, because I figured I might as well do it all since it's just this right here. And then over here up to the shock tower. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then get ready for paint. And we're going to paint everything, and then I'll start wire looming all this and start strapping it back up. But the whole back area is ready to go. I put some caulking in there. You can probably see it better on that side. There's just a little bit of silicone caulking and all these little holes like right here and stuff. I just filled them with caulking, so that way try to prevent as much smoke as I can from coming in. So I'll give you guys another update in a little bit. Alright guys, so sorry for the shitty video on the painting of the trunk, but my GoPro wouldn't stick to anything, so hopefully there'll be a couple GoPro clips for you guys. But if not, my GoPro kept falling off. Tried to stick it to the window, tried to stick it to the side of my car, wouldn't want to stick, so didn't get much footage of that. But I basically have the whole trunk painted. I'll show you guys in a second. But as you can see, I got the windows back here all taped off, ready to go. But what I went ahead and did, sorry you can't really see it, but let me brighten it up. So you can see here in the back seat, I went ahead and everything should be smooth. So, or not should be, but it is smooth. I just took silicone and kind of went around those. I cut off all my back seat bolts, and then these just cut down, put silicone over them. It is clear silicone, so that's why you can't really see it. But I did clear silicone on everything. And then a lot of these holes here, so you can see some of the bigger ones there are obviously still showing, but like these ones here, I did put silicone in those too. So a ton of these ones, see all the silicone on those, and then silicone down there, siliconed up these ones right here. So when I go and paint all this, I still got to sand in there a bit where you can see all this insulation crap, spray and foam that some idiot sprayed in to my fender wells. I got to scrape that out more and sand it, but then I'm gonna start painting this area here. Still have to tape off my sunroof actually, and you know, just finish up, clean up a few things. It's kind of messy up here, you can't see anymore, but yeah, just kind of go around and do that. I did that so that this will hopefully look really clean up here, besides the big holes, because I'm not going to put any panels in. But I will be painting this, but this will be my firewall eventually, and maybe put something on the, I know they make, Scott Rod makes a kit for the top there too, so I may end up getting that, but I'm not sure yet. I might just make it on my own. But let me show you the trunk, and then next step is going to be painting back here. And then once I'm done with that, I think I'm going to move on to the front here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and pull everything that I can out of here, pull this whole frame out, pull all the wiring back through here so that I can paint it all. I'm just going to go ahead and paint my interior now that everything's still out, get it all looking nice. That way, you know, I don't ever have to do it again, hopefully. So let me show you guys the trunk, and then I'm going to get started, and hopefully I'll maybe give you guys a couple more time lapses if I can, but let me show you the trunk. So I ended up moving my tape. I had the tape all the way out to here, but I decided that this I'm going to paint the same color as my bumper. So all along this edge will be that color. And then I may even do the trunk. I still haven't decided if I want this gloss black or if I want that, you know, color matching the bumper and everything. But yeah, it looks really good. Nice and shiny, just how I wanted it. So I went ahead and removed the latch and then put it back on. I still have to remove the tape actually, covering all my screws, but I'll do that off camera. But yeah, the trunk's pretty good. Looks pretty good, so should be enough. I did seal up a couple holes down here. And then obviously we got the holes that I left for this. I have to fill this in. But other than that, it's all good to go. So once again, guys, I'm losing daylight. But let me make sure my mic's on actually. Check. Okay. But I wanted to show you guys something that I've been doing instead of painting. I kind of want to make a new series, not series, but a new segment called Idiot of the Day, I guess. Because the previous owner, as you can see, did not do things like you should, I guess, when you're insulating a car. He tried to, you know, insulate parts of the car because he didn't have any interior in it, and he didn't have any I guess basically the insulation of the car. What would be the insulation from the factory through the new interior, or not new interior, but the old interior. So he decided to just go ahead and stuff a bunch of paper towels all up in here. Sorry if you guys aren't going to be able to see it. I might have to show you in the daytime. But basically, the wheel wells, there's areas of the, I don't know if you call it just like the roof supports, but where there's holes. So, yeah, it's too dark now, but I'll show you guys later. But basically, there's all these little holes that, normally don't have anything up in there except for some sealer for the roof. But they went ahead and thought that, basically insulating this and all the way across here would do, insulate the whole car, keep the whole car warm. But obviously that person was an idiot. That's why they're on Idiot of the Day. So I've been scraping this out now, completely dirty. I've been scraping this out for the past hour now, so that kind of took away from my time that I was going to paint this. So hopefully I'll get painted this week, but then I'm going to rip all this out and paint the rest of it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Real fun. So note to you guys that maybe don't know a lot about cars, or younger viewers that watch my channel, definitely don't use paper towels. Don't use paper towels for insulation. That's not going to do anything. Spray foam wouldn't have been bad, but they just did a bad job of doing it, and it was just spray foam stuffed with paper towels. I didn't really understand. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out because it kind of pissed me off that I had to do that and fix all that when it could have been much easier. But now it's all going to be the way I want it, and it's all going to be right, and it's all going to look really clean. So can't wait to show it to you guys when it's all painted. Alright guys, so it has been a few days since the last little segment I had in the video, but unfortunately that was because all the wet weather we've been having. You can't really tell, but it's been raining out. Everything's wet. That's why I have this huge tarp here that I used to cover up the car because I don't have the rear seal in the trunk, and just don't want anything getting wet. And there's that big hole back there, as you can see, where the gas cap was. But anyways, I got all that stuff scraped out from up there. You can kind of see it a little bit better in the daytime. But I'm just going to finish up cleaning up my wheel wells, which there's a bunch of stuff, insulation, that sort of stuff in too. You can see it all there. And then same thing over there. But I'm just going to get everything ready and then start painting probably from here back, kind of halfway. And then I'm going to go ahead and start ripping out all this, take all my wiring out. Once that dries, I can put all this wiring, take the frame off, kind of maybe set the wiring back here where it's already been painted, and then start doing the front half kind of stuff. Seam sealing the front edges there. That's the only edge here that I'm going to seam seal because the transmission tunnel is going to get cut out anyways. But I will seam seal down there actually. There's a... You can see there's a seam there. I'll show you it better though once I have the dash out. I'm going to leave the steering column in probably. Just kind of paint around all this right here. But I wanted to get most of it painted so I don't ever have to do it again, hopefully. I might have to do little sections because obviously he's going to have to, whoever installs my cage is going to have to grind down, a spot here, a spot there, all the little spots. But I don't mind painting that over because the rest of it will already be done, and that'll be like half the work. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to get as much as I can done. This video would have been out earlier last week, but unfortunately, like I said, the rain hit. And I was supposed to get more rain tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get a lot of this done. Might just put out the video. Not sure yet, but if not this Monday, definitely next Monday I should have it out because I think we'll have a little bit better weather. So I'm going to get started. I'll give you guys an update. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and as you can see everything's sanded. Well, at least for the most part I finished off the wheel wells, so those are nice and clean now on both sides. As you can see, sanded some areas with a lot of paint, sanded the roof, you know, just kind of got all the main areas that I wanted to. But other than that, it's ready to go. For paint, I went ahead and wiped it down. I use Purple Power. It's a degreaser, that sort of thing, so it's kind of like doing rubbing alcohol, except for a lot cheaper. And as you can see, I still get really effective results because it gets lots of the grease and crap off there that you don't want when you're painting. And then I went ahead and vacuumed really well. I did use paper towels, so sometimes you get little paper towel things. Actually, I see one right now. One or two. So they kind of, so you can see this one right there. So you got to kind of watch for those, look for those, go through it. You know, if you take your time and you know, put in the work to do it really nice, your paint's going to stick a lot better. If you do a lot more sanding, that's going to help as well. I did a little bit of sanding in the main areas, so that's going to help it stick a lot better. And then just cleaning it really well will improve your paint job finish like by a million times. That's what I've really learned. Prep, it's all in the prep. So, but yeah, it's pretty much ready to go for spray. I'm going to check over a few things and let this dry out a little because some spots are a little wet from the Purple Power. But I did wipe most of it down. So I'm going to start with a light coat and then probably do 3 more coats after that, depending on how much paint I go through. But yeah, just check and make sure you guys get everything nice and clean before you paint, and then your finish is going to turn out a lot better. But I'll show you guys once I got a couple coats on. Alright guys, so as you could see, hopefully in the last little time-lapse clip I had, I pulled this whole frame out, got all the wiring out, which is in the other side of the shop. But I'm getting this thing sanded down, pretty much got it all done as much as I could. I pretty much just went around with 80 grit sandpaper that I've been using before I paint. Just kind of scuff it all up. Get most of the rust off because this thing is pretty rusty, as are most dash frames, I guess is what you call this. But I also removed all the little controls that were on it. I left these ground wires because that's a pretty good ground. I'm just going to leave them just in case I need them again. So that way the paint doesn't get on that part. Should have a good ground still. But this thing's ready to paint. I just got to blow it off real quick with my air compressor, and then I'm going to start throwing coats on it. I'll show you guys when it's all done. Alright, so attempt 2, because I just recorded a whole clip and didn't realize my mic wasn't on. But anyways, they're all painted up. Got about 3 coats. I didn't show you this one, but this one's a little L bracket that just connects up right behind here. Kind of connects from the corner and then goes to my steering column, which is where this mounts. So if you're, imagine we're in the driver's seat right here, but it's all painted up, looking good, nice and shiny. It's not like you're gonna see it anyways, but I figured I'd stop the rust from continuing on these. But I'll show you guys it better in the daylight when I'm putting it back in the car. But yeah, those are painted, so those are good to go. I just have to seam seal and weld the seams, or de-seam seal, weld the seams on the whole front area and paint it, and then this stuff can go back in for the final assembly. So I'll show you guys some of that next. Alright guys, so I'm finally back with another update for you, and as you can see, I've done a lot of work on the interior here. So basically I went ahead and wanted to paint everything instead of just painting, you know, the floor here, all back here, which is already painted. Can't see really because I covered it so it doesn't get overspray on it and kind of ruin it. But anyways, so I've gone ahead and I've seam stitched, or seam, I don't know what you want to call it, seam stitched every seam in the front. So basically all the way up to the top. You can see all that white stuff is just silicone. But basically, it's ready to go for paint. I've been cleaning and grinding and trying to get this floor all clean. I got most of the paint off that was on here. I wanted to go to the gloss black. There was some truck bed coating type spray that the guy that built this put on there. So obviously that's an aftermarket seat rail there because the old one was ruined or broke. But everything is seam stitched all the way around. I found a little bit of rust up in this corner here and a little bit of rust right down here, as you can kind of see. So that I went ahead and treated with this rust remover or rust neutralizer. This Loctite rust neutralizer. And then should be good though, because most of it came off when I grinded it. So now I just have to tape off the front windshield, tape off the sides, the sunroof. Also siliconed a bunch of holes along here. So all these holes along here, all these holes down here. So I did a bunch of the little holes that I know I won't be using again, and then some of the other ones I just didn't obviously do because the dash frame has to bolt in there, and this steering column is just kind of hanging here so that I can paint all this right here, make that all nice. So but yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick update, and hopefully you'll see it when it's done today or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Today is Sunday, but gonna try to get it painted and then upload this video tomorrow. So I'll give you guys an update when that's done. All right, guys. So as you can see, I just finished pulling all the masking tape off, and this isn't even all of it. But I have a huge stack of masking tape from all the masking, and I still have to pull off that, and then I still have to pull all the coverage off in the back where I already painted. But basically everything else, I just unwrapped the steering wheel. I just unwrapped the pedals. I know it's really hard to see. It's so shiny. I like it though. That's exactly what I was going for, was the real shiny gloss black, because it basically hides a lot of the imperfections. And as you can see here in each corner, I kind of masked off as best I could. I already did paint some parts, but I kind of masked off each corner where the roll cage will go, so that way there's not as much grinding and work to get all this paint off when we do install the roll cage, which I still don't know if I'm going to have it done or if I'm going to do it, but yeah, it's all done. I don't want to drag this on too much longer, so there you go. You'll obviously see it when I start putting the dash and the interior and the wiring all back in. I still have the wiring back here hiding under there, so that's going to get reran up the side. But yeah, it's all ready to go. So yeah, sorry about the long delay. Sorry it's out on Tuesday. I'm going to go inside and really try to get this thing out. Might come out late tonight, but better late than never, right? So finally we have the painting of the interior done. This was the huge, basically the huge step I've been waiting to get done. Just things in my life right now have been getting in the way of me getting it done. So, but all good stuff, you know, nothing bad. So that's awesome. I can start moving on, and hopefully here soon I'm going to be getting the tube front end, the alternator put on, the digital gauge cluster put in, all that good stuff. So you guys will be seeing that next week. Stay tuned for another video on, should be coming out Monday. I don't know, because I might be getting more weather in my area. That's what delayed a lot of this, was weather. So and just a whole bunch of other stuff that it would just be too long to explain, but I don't want to keep going too long. I'm going to be painting and touching up a few things in there that I want to fix. Nothing major, but all good. It's all good. It's all ready to go. We're ready to start putting it back together. So thanks for watching this video, you guys. It's probably a long one. If you stuck around till the end, thank you very much for you know, sticking through this past week or two where I haven't really had an update for you guys. So Stay tuned because there's going to be a lot more coming. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to see anything else or just want to talk with me about the build, have any questions. You know, I like to answer your guys' questions, so leave a comment. See you in the next one. Peace out.